Hello friends, today I'm going to help you understand what is the best vacation home rental website. So what is the best website to rent your vacation home? Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of which vacation rental website is best for you, whether you own a cabin up in the mountains or something by the beach or a small villa. So have you ever wondered why some vacation rental websites are more popular than others? Have you ever wondered which ones have the best properties, the best deals, and the most security? Well, I'm going to uncover all the secrets and more so you can comfortably choose which website to list your vacation rental home is best for you by discussing what and how these vacation rental websites work. And next, I'll discuss which different platforms you can actually use and finally give you the details on which ones are best and why. If you're ready, let's go. In the world of vacation rentals, there are numerous sites that you can list your vacation rental property. And many of them will say that they'll list it for free, but what are they actually saying when they say it's free? What does that mean? Here's what I found. When they talk about it being free, it's initially free with no money out of your pocket. But all of these websites act as a cost per acquisition model, meaning that you can initially list your property for free, no expense for you for putting your property on the website. However, anytime somebody books your property, there's going to be a transaction fee that you pay as a percentage of how much money the guest is paying to stay at your vacation rental property. But the nice thing about that is you only pay when somebody pays you, and you're not paying out of your pocket. They're taking it out of the money that the guest is paying to stay at your property. Of all the research I've done, there are very few sites out there that actually allow you to list your property that is actually no money out of your pocket, where they connect you with guests looking to stay at a property. But the cool thing with this industry still being fairly new, I would imagine that there's going to be some amazing innovation that happens in the vacation rental industry, along with websites where you can list your property. I believe that we're at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the innovation that's going to happen, especially if you start factoring in AI. Now let's talk about what are the best performing rental platforms out there today. Well, obviously the biggest one, if we talk about short-term rentals, vacation rentals, what comes to your mind first and foremost? It's usually Airbnb. And they are the biggest. They are the biggest platform that connects guests to property managers or hosts that are looking to have people come in and stay at their home on a short-term basis or when they're on vacation. And Airbnb boasts that they have 6 million properties worldwide. And obviously Airbnb facilitates the whole experience, right? From you listing it to somebody finding it, and all the guest communication happens over their platform. And even the payment is done over their platform. But how financially does Airbnb work? What are the costs associated with that? Now, as I mentioned, it's on a cost per acquisition model, and typically Airbnb is going to take 3 to 5% of whatever the guest pays to stay at your home the total duration. And sometimes that could be higher depending on your cancellation policy. If yours is much different or quite a bit different than Airbnb's cancellation property, then you're probably going to pay a higher percentage for that property. And then Airbnb charges the guest anywhere between 12 to 16%. So the second largest platform, if I were to ask you that, I think most people would get that as well. It's VRBO, VRBO, Vacation Rentals by Owner. And they boast that they have over 2 million properties worldwide. And once again, just like Airbnb, VRBO facilitates the whole experience from you to the end user and everything in between. And financially, how does it work? VRBO charges you as the owner of the host of the property 5%. So sometimes a little bit more than Airbnb. And they also, one thing that's unique and different about VRBO that's not necessarily a good thing is they also charge a 3% processing fee to process the payments from the guests to you as the homeowner. And they're charging the guests as well 12 to 16%. Now, there are definitely some other platforms out there like Booking.com, Homestay, TripAdvisor, Expedia. All of these are vacation sites or travel sites that are now getting into the short-term rental or vacation rental property game where they allow you to list your properties on there. So are there ways to list your property for free? Absolutely. You could do a direct booking by creating your own website. And that's one thing we've done for our property close to Disneyland. We've themed it out like Jurassic Park in the main area, and all of the rooms are themed, but our website is dinomitevilla.com, DINOMITEVILLA, dinomitevilla.com, and it is our own direct booking site. So we can market that ourselves. We can put it on all the socials to try and get traffic to people to stay there. We do have a professional management company that manages it, and they are the ones driving people to that website to book either directly, but they still utilize Airbnb and VRBO, because if you can cast a wide net, you're going to see more guests that want to stay at your property. But if you were committed to not paying any cost to these other sites, that would be one way to do it, is through your direct booking website. Now let's talk about another one that's free, and that is Google Vacation Rental. Now this is a fairly newer service that is getting pretty cool, and it's truly a tool that connects your property to guests that are looking to vacation. And as of right now, Google doesn't charge a fee. If you go to Google and you type in, hey, vacation rentals in Blue Ridge, Georgia, it's gonna pull up properties there. Or if you say, hey, I want a beach stay in Panama City Beach, it's gonna pull up places to stay. So let's dive into exactly how this works. As I mentioned, you could type in very specific vacation rental in this city, or you could even type in something as vague as accommodations in this state or this area. In addition to the usual search, there's gonna be a separate widget that pops up, and it's gonna show vacation rentals that match that query. And you can actually click on those properties that will take you to a direct booking site and give them more information about booking your property. And you can also do this on Google Maps and Google Travel. So I can only imagine the innovation that's gonna happen with Google as it comes to this feature on their website. But to do this, you obviously have to have your own direct booking site. But what a great way to get more exposure for your vacation rental property. So along with Google Search, which is one that's free, what are the benefits of that? As I mentioned, number one, it's getting more exposure. Anytime you can get something on Google and it pops up when people are searching, that's just better overall for the algorithm that's gonna be able to show your property more. You're gonna get a target quality audience, people that are actually searching for places to stay. And probably the coolest thing is the commission-free bookings, right? If you have a direct link to your booking site and you're listing on Google, there's no cost for that. You save potentially 5% on people booking your property, and they could potentially save 12 to 16%. Another couple things that are really cool about it is its brand recognition, right? You can build your brand through that, and also enhance the guest experience, right? Through direct communication. Rather than going through a platform, you can email them, you can call them, you can talk directly to them, and you can even process payments directly, right? They don't feel like they're going through a platform. So ultimately, as we've gone through all these, which one is best? Well, my personal opinion is I've got 5 vacation rental properties, and most of our bookings, I would say probably 70-75% all come from Airbnb. Now, ones that are professionally managed, those ones might have a different ratio, but on the ones we self-manage, far and away, most of our bookings come from Airbnb. So I'd have to say Airbnb, where it's the largest and it's got the most amount of properties, that is probably the best site to list your vacation rental property. Now, that's my opinion. That's what I've seen, but I would love to hear feedback on what you've done to list your vacation rental home and where you've seen success. Just go ahead and comment below. Let's engage in a dialogue. And as always, I've got a free gift for you. It's a vacation rental calculator. You put in all of the income, all the expenses, and it spits out to you whether it's a good deal or not, and it's absolutely free. Just click on the link below, aaronsfreetraining.com. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Have an amazing day.